The reason I bring ghost tours in here actually has nothing to do with the cargo hold and everything to do with the bow. This is as close as I can get you to the bow inside the ship. It was a site of an horrific accident during World War II. As I said, the Queen Mary was the fastest ship in her day. There was nothing on the water that could keep up with her. So as she's bringing soldiers back and forth across the Atlantic, she was mostly on her own. There would be a small military escort of battleships and cruisers that would see her a few miles out of New York. There would be a second military escort waiting off the coast of Ireland to bring her safely into Scotland. For the most part, she relied on her speed and a zigzag cruising pattern. The reason for the zigzag, if you don't know how the U-boats used to work, and I didn't until I started doing this tour, there was no such thing as missile lock in the 1940s. If the U-boats wanted to shoot something, they would have to fully surface, line up their shot, and hope whatever they were shooting at didn't move, because the torpedo only goes one way. To avoid being sunk by a torpedo, the Queen Mary would change direction every couple of minutes. On October 2nd, 1942, off the coast of Northern Ireland, there was a collision between the Queen Mary and one of her escorts, the HMS Curaçao. The HMS Curaçao was a 4,000-ton cruiser. The Queen Mary, an 81,000-ton ocean liner. The Curaçao cut in front of the Queen Mary, and the Queen Mary cut the Curaçao in half. In less than a minute, both halves were engulfed in flames. 5 minutes after that, the Curaçao was lost beneath the Atlantic Ocean. There's nothing anyone on board the Queen Mary could do to help for two reasons. First, the captain was under strict orders not to stop until all of his charges arrived safely at their final destination. And at the time, that was about 8,000 soldiers on board, so there's far too many lives at stake. The other reason is, to come to a complete stop, even a full emergency stop, that would have taken the Queen Mary 4 miles. There were 101 survivors. They were picked up by other members of the military escort and some Irish fishing trawlers. One of the survivors was the now unconscious captain of the HMS Curaçao. He was dragged on board one of the Irish fishing ships. And when they saw the captain's stripes on his uniform, they almost threw him back, because the Irish believed the captain should go down with the ship. But instead, he got to survive and take 60% of the blame for the accident. The 338 men who didn't make it, parapsychologists, or professional ghost hunters, believe that their souls are somehow trapped in the Queen Mary's bow. Our engineering staff will report that late at night, or even if it's just quiet enough, they can hear shouting in the bow like something has gone horribly wrong. Parapsychologists will attribute that to the soldiers reliving the accident over and over again. So the bow is probably the most concentrated area of paranormal activity. And your stunned silence says this has been a successful stop. So, if you all look around and take some pictures, go ahead. If you move closer to the bow, just be careful around the ropes. If you drop something down here, it's gone forever. When you're ready to move on, just meet me at the bow.